under Uniform Commercial Code 440.2511 by tender of payment 2 and 3.
It's not applicable to this case.
And could you tell me why, Your Honor?
Because the UCC doesn't apply to this circumstance. Sir?
Yes.
I'm asking a very simple question.
A self-proclaimed sovereign citizen recently faced a reality check in Judge Simpson's courtroom, and it was a moment to remember. Known for his firm and no-nonsense approach, Judge Simpson wasn't having any of the outlandish arguments presented during this tense eviction hearing. At the heart of the case? A squatter who claimed that a homemade cashier's check, complete with Korean characters, should be accepted as rent. But Judge Simpson didn't hesitate. He calmly but firmly reminded the court that only legally recognized currency, also known as U.S. legal tender, can be used to settle debts or rental payments under the law. No personal theories or alternative currencies can override that. The courtroom exchange served as a sharp lesson in legal reality. You can't bypass established systems by declaring your own rules. That's just not how it works, especially when it comes to property rights and rent obligations. Now, this case also brings up a broader debate. Should squatter laws be tougher, or should there be more protections for individuals who claim to be without housing? It's a complicated question, and opinions vary widely. Some argue for stricter enforcement, while others believe in more compassionate approaches to housing instability. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should the system be more aggressive about removing unauthorized tenants, or is there room for reform? As always, the discussion gets lively down below, and we want to hear your take. But for now, let's dive into the footage and see exactly how Judge Simpson handles the situation, delivering a clear, decisive message about law, responsibility, and the limits of courtroom theatrics.
Good afternoon.
How you doing, Your Honor?
What's your name, sir? What is the claim in this case?
Judge, this is a non-payment of rent action with a money judgment being requested as well. I'm showing that rent is due in the amount of $1,588, court costs of $217 for a total rent retained of $1,805.
And sir,
Yes.
how do you intend upon paying this?
So, Your Honor, I actually tendered payment to Group 5 Management on November 3rd. And my form of payment was refused.
Was what?
My form of payment, she refused payment.
What was your form of payment?
A cashier's check. I actually have the voided check here. And I'm asking for
You had a
Yes.
cashier's check? Let me see it.
If this is also the refusal in the email from the landlord. All right.
Danny, do you know anything about the refusal of payment?
I do not, Judge. Obviously, I'm standing in for Mr. Weiss. I believe my client or the client was supposed to be on. My understanding was that it wasn't a cashier's check. It was a counter or a check. And the reason it would have been refused was because he's had more than 3 checks come back as insufficient funds. But I would ask if I don't see if he's on here, Judge.
From Randolph Court or Group 5 on the Zoom? We don't have anybody checked in.
We don't.
Email.
Judge.
Hang on, Ms. Zane. He has an email saying about the refusal. Well, it's a text message screenshot.
Yes, it's a email. I actually
Okay.
screenshotted it.
And it says,
If you're enjoying this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a big help and keeps us bringing you more courtroom moments like this. Now, let's get back to the video.
from somebody with the last name of Aslam, ASLAM, indicating that they received a rent check in the sum of $1,238, which the check that he showed me was in that, in the form of an over-the-counter check. However, must be certified funds. And then, second page, as the system will not accept this, maybe. But
Yeah, Judge, my notes on the ledger show counter check, which is a check that's not, it's one of the ones they give you from the bank. And so again, that's
okay.
the position I was taking anyways, it was refused
So,
because,
sir,
Yes.
is there a reason why you can't get certified funds to the landlord?
Well, they actually accepted December's rent from the same check, Your Honor, from my bank.
Okay, but if
Well, because it costs, and my defense is that under Uniform Commercial Code 440.2511, by tender of payment, 2 and 3,
it's not applicable to this case,
and could you tell me why, Your Honor?
because the UCC doesn't apply to this circumstance.
I'm sorry.
The UCC doesn't apply to this circumstance.
It's a commercial transaction, Your Honor.
The UCC does not apply.
Okay. So where could I find this at that says that this isn't a commercial transaction?
That would be your assertion. I'm telling you it doesn't apply to this.
Just for my understanding that the Uniform Commercial Code governs all commercial transactions in commerce. And so based off of this law, tender of payment is why my defense is that once the tender of payment was refused, at that time, the charge or the total amount was charged.
Even if you were to do that analysis, you can't then have unjust enrichment, which means that you want to move.
I'm sorry.
You can't have unjust enrichment, so you'd have to move because you can't have the apartment and not pay.
No, I mean, I paid the rent. They took the exact form of payment in December.
Look, let's be honest. Struggling with rent is something many people can relate to at some point in life. We've all had rough patches. I mean, there were times when even stretching milk with a fork instead of a spoon felt like a budgeting win. It's not easy, and no one's denying that. But here's where the line gets drawn. Handing your landlord a fake cashier's check with strange markings and expecting that to magically settle your rent? That's just wild. It's not some cinematic moment where you Jedi mind trick your way out of eviction. This is real life, and real laws applied. What's baffling is how far some sovereign citizens will go to avoid accountability. It's not just denial, it's a whole performance. They genuinely believe they found a loophole that cancels reality. And while it's tempting to laugh, it's also a little concerning, honestly. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Part of this has roots in upbringing, but a big chunk of it seems to come from strange corners of the internet. These echo chambers convince people that legal fantasies can override real court orders. They take screenshots from forums and memes, walk into court, and think that's going to be enough to win their case. And Michigan? I don't know what's going on over there, but it feels like the unofficial headquarters of courtroom confusion. Week after week, there's a new clip going viral. Someone trying to debate a judge with Google results or homemade legal theories. It's like a crash course in how not to represent yourself in court. I mean, we even saw a guy attempt to pay his fines with Monopoly money. And the best part? He was genuinely shocked when the court didn't accept it. At this rate, Michigan might as well start charging admission. Because these court appearances? They are starting to feel like episodes of a very bizarre reality show.
Sir, are you going to tender a check or no? Or certified funds to them?
I'll tender payment.
Are you going to tender certified funds for the 1805?
So, Your Honor, my rent is $1,238, and just the extra $700, $600. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but if they accepted the rent payment and from my bank in December, I don't know why they wouldn't accept it now. They refused November, and then they accepted December.
Sir?
Yes.
I'm asking a very simple question.
Yeah.
Are you going to tender certified funds to them in the amount of 1805?
I will surrender. I will submit funds.
Certified funds to them.
I plan to. It costs me to do certified, so I would.
As does the NSF transactions that they've had in the past. So that is my question to you. Are you going to submit certified funds?
I'll submit certified funds.
in the amount of 1805?
I like to debate that amount because I'm not sure where that amount's coming from. My rent is $1,238. In court costs, I'm not sure what the other $600.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Defendant to submit 1,238, which at this point is the undisputed amount in certified funds to the landlord no later than December 29, 2023. And then we will look at the disputed amounts. I will adjourn this matter to January 5th, 2024 at 2 p.m. And I would just note to you, Mr. Smith, that if those funds aren't in, I'm not hearing any additional argument. I will be granting a judgment, which will be for the full amount, plus what will at that point be January's rent.
Your Honor, also, the 4th I have to work, so every time that I'm coming here, I'm having to take off of work. And
Sir, I cannot help that.
I mean, is there a way that we can set a different date?
That is my next day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I can almost guarantee that the next time we see this individual in court, he's going to walk in looking genuinely confused, saying something like, "But, Your Honor, I gave them a paper that said $1,200 on it." And that's the issue right there. Writing numbers on a piece of paper doesn't magically turn it into money. It's astonishing how some people truly believe they can invent their own currency, hand it over, and expect everyone to just play along, as if it's some kind of group project. Let's be clear. The court doesn't care if it's handwritten in cursive, printed with a glitter pen, or wrapped in gold foil. If it's not issued by a legitimate financial institution, it's not valid. In fact, under 18 U.S. Code Section 514, presenting or producing a counterfeit financial document, like a fake check, is a serious federal crime. We're not talking about a warning or a fine here. This is the kind of violation that can land you in a federal jumpsuit with complimentary meals and zero privacy. And look, I don't mean to single out a state, but Michigan, can we talk? It's like every week, there's another viral courtroom clip, and somehow, Michigan is right at the center of it. Are there factories out there mass-producing sovereign citizens? Do billboards say, "Join now, become a lawyer," in your mind? It's uncanny. Every meltdown starts the same way, "I don't consent," and ends with, "You have no jurisdiction over me." The courtroom becomes less about facts and more about fantasy, and honestly, it's becoming a pattern that's hard to ignore. But that brings us to the end of today's hearing. Let me know in the comments, do you think Judge Simpson handled this fairly? Or would you have ruled differently? As always, thank you so much for watching. Your support means a lot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want more real court moments and breakdowns. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.